Mezanmi ti Blaise TV moi ou 4 mars 14 dans pays Etazini. Côté gen gros changement qu'a fait sous plan immigration ak travail. Côté tête orange lancé une proposition pour bay travail jardin aux résidence, mais ça veut dire pour pays, pour agriculture et puis pour toute famille immigrée. Tête orange annonce que li dispose quitter travail pour pays, pour agriculture et puis pour toute famille immigrée capable d'aller en souffle. Tête orange annonce que li dispose quitter travail agricole qui pas gen papier rete Etazini, mais condition c'est que yo doit travailler dans jardin yo ou soit dans domaine agriculture. Li explique que agriculture c'est une nan plus gros poto économique dans pays Etazini et sans travail ça yo récolte yo a perdu prix manger a monter et tout marché américain a frappé. Tête orange ajoute que yo besoin travailler yo, mais c'est pas pour yo entrer dans système dans sans contrôle. Agriculteur yo a garanti pour yo comme ça yo ka joindre une autorisation pour rete. Et proposition ça li arrive lever gros débat. Et pas bon côté agriculteur yo content parce que yo déjà confronté une crise manque travail yo dit si yo pas joindre aide saison récolte la fait gros pète et défenseur droit immigré yo ouais ça comme une première étape positif mais yo averti que ça pas doit tourner un système côté travail yo exploité sans sécurité sans certitude sur avenir yo pour yo pas tourner esclave mais pas bon côté maga base radical tête orange en pile nan yo pas content yo ouais ça tant qu'on yon amnistie caché qui t'a bay chance à moun yo te promettre pour yo te déporter dans pays et d'après secrétaire agriculture qui c'est beaucoup ligne li fait connait que ça pas yon amnistie officielle yo pral servir ak programme visa saisonnier pour légaliser présence travail pendant une période limitée programme temporaire visé secteur agriculture hôtel ak moun k'ap travail dans restaurant li fait connait que travail pas yo après recevoir un cadre vet direct mais y a bien un papier légal qui permet de travailler et puis vivre sans perdre dépòtasyon pendant un programme nan et quelques voix qui fait qu'on est que ça capable d'ouvrir porte pour un nouveau modèle migration dans Amérique et agriculture contribue plusieurs milliards de dollars chaque année dans l'économie américaine sans travail jardin yo en pile fruits légumes ak produits cultivatés yo après te gâter pourri dans jardin yo fait qu'on est que proposition tête orange capable de baisser prix manger yo et éviter manque manger sur marché. Mais l'autre économiste avertit que si on parle de situation bien, travail a toujours été dans insécurité et puis il y a un gros problème légal sur route là. Tête orange lui-même, il était toujours campé sur une politique immigration très sévère. Mais mouvement ça montre que politique réelle la plus compliquée parce que ça le pour mettre pendant campagne là. Il voulait montrer les pratiques, non pas qu'à déporter tout le monde parce qu'il y a quelques secteurs économiques qui besoin yo. Et opposition démocrate la fait connaître que ça c'est preuve que même tête orange reconnaît travail sans papier essentiel dans l'économie américaine. Mais pas beaucoup côté immigrés en pile travail dans jardin Florida, Texas ak Californie yo fait connait que yo senti yo joindre espoir yo soulagé même si yo toujours peur pour ça pas changer à n'importe moment et organisation immigré yo mande plus transparence sous qui qualité document moun yo a joindre combien de temps y a valable et si yo t'a mené dans résidence permanent mais pendant n'a parlé sous proposition tête orange là pour travailler jardin yo gen l'autre gros nouvelle économique qui tombe côté job number yo fait un gros tomber rapport bureau of labor statistique BLS montre que au mois d'août 2025, les Etazini seulement a ajouté 22 000 travail, puis bas passé attente qui était 75 000. Le chômage a monté rivé 4,3%, puis au niveau depuis l'année 2017. Et c'est peut-être temps. Corona et révision rapport montre mois de juin 2025 là t'es tourné un mois avec pète travail. Ça veut dire situation travail la vinn plus fragile de jour en jour et économie ça à hausse dans Wells Fargo, il fait connaître que moteur travail américain qui te poussé l'économie depuis 4 dernières années, a commencé à bloquer faible lagaille dans plusieurs industries et ça prend une récupération vraiment difficile et marché action te prend un gros frappe. Indice tourné négatif malgré te commencé jouer sous record historique et investisseurs européens qui ont une combinaison ralentissement travail plus inflation qui toujours ka mettre l'économie en position qui vraiment difficile mais pendant tête zone j'ai cherché une solution pour qu'il travail dans jardin yo rapport chômage ça mettait plus pression sur les politiques tarifs li yo ak plan pour baisser dépenses fédérales yo ap créer un pile incertitude dans marché ça veut dire même s'il veut qu'un travailler dans jardin yo gros question c'est est-ce que politique li yo ap aider l'économie ou soit à bloquer croissance là plus toujours en tous les cas Tim Blaise TV moi c'est pas décauser tout le monde regrette le fait que yo te voté pour tête orange en tous les cas mais résultat.
And he says America will end with fighting. So America is going to come down as this nation declines. We are going to go into endless conflicts with other nations. It is not going to be a case of Israel is doing this and we're backing them up and nobody says anything. Now, whatever Israel is doing, they're doing in the bright spotlight. Everybody's eyes is on them. Everybody can see them now for who they are. And America, too late, is trying to distance herself from over 60 years of ingrained Israel can do no wrong policy. You touch Israel, you touch us. All of a sudden now it's, well, we're seeking understanding, and we're seeking to really evaluate what to do. And you cannot distance yourself from all the things that have been done. You will have to pay the price for those things. And so what I saw, what God says, that America's going to go down fighting. Do you hear me? America's going to go down being cornered like an animal fighting for its life, desperate and fighting like a cornered animal, like alley cats who corner one cat and begin to attack it as that cat is fighting for their life. And what I saw is, I saw a really big ginger, okay? A ginger cat. You might call it lore, or you might just call it the knowledge of cat lovers, but I saw a very big ginger cat, and everybody says that ginger cats are just wild and sassy. They just like to fight. They're just the big dogs of the streets, you know? A ginger will come and go as he pleases, you know, and that's what people say about cats. I wouldn't know. But I saw this really big ginger who had been standing on top of the trash can, right? So the cats were in an alley, and apparently earlier, before my eye got there, the ginger had been standing on top of the trash can with the lid on top and lording over some other cats that were at the bottom. But then all of a sudden, the cats began to appear on the roof, okay? So there was a building right next, they were in an alley, and the building there, cats started to appear on the roof, and cats also started to appear on the wall. Alley and building on the inside. So cats started appearing all along that sloping roof, looking down into the alley. Cats appeared at the top of the wall. Cats started coming all over, and the cats started to swat at this ginger. Cats at the bottom started to hit at the trash can. So they were bumping the trash can in an attempt to get the trash can to fall so that the ginger cat would fall off so that they could tear him to pieces. And the cats along the wall were reaching down and bopping the ginger on his head. So they were reaching down and giving him swats. Some of them, their arms were too short to reach. That's obviously the nations like, I don't know, Belarus, nations like Haiti, Guyana. What are you going to do to America? Absolutely nothing. But there were nations, bigger cats, black tabby cats, all black, one white paw, that kind of cat. And they could reach the ginger, and they were giving him some solid whacks on the top of his head. Okay, they were messing up his fur and everything like that. And the pedestal is shaking. The bottom cats are, you know, those are the nations that are small. That's the whole of Africa that I always wonder what you're doing in American business. What? So that's the whole of Africa having its uprising, starting to say the things they say, starting to really sense their own power, starting to undergo their own revolutions, their own changes, for the entire global order is changing, hitting against the bottom, Latin America, hitting against the bottom of the trash can in an attempt to overthrow the ginger. So he's dealing with the shaking pedestal that he's sitting on. And then from the top, there's spectators going meow from the top. They're watching, they're giving their voice to it. And then cats along the wall are reaching out and hitting this ginger, hitting him in his head. And so he's beleaguered from all sides. And this cat became visibly upset. Like all his fur stood up like an electric wire had touched him. He was so enraged, but he couldn't handle the onslaughts from everywhere. And the way that the Lord cut off that vision is that the garbage can was tipping. It was tipping, and the lid also had started to slide off, and the ginger had his claws locked into the lid, keeping one paw free to try and hit back at the ones who were hitting him, but they were not. And there was one particular cat, a big black cat with one white paw, and that cat was poised to leap on the ginger as he was falling. He was poised to leap and tackle him right in the chest and take him down. And I knew that once that cat lost the security of the garbage can, America, do you see that God didn't put you on top of a fountain? He put you on top of a trash can. Then you say that the visions I see, I'm making them up and I'm copying them from the internet. Houseway. But anyway, the trash can was leaning, the lid was sliding off, leverage was being lost, and I saw the big black cat that had been getting the most bops, the most hits in. That cat now crouched, and he was watching for a moment, and I saw that if he launches, he's going to hit the ginger right in the chest. The two of them are going to go down. The momentum is going to be on the black cat's side, and on top of that, there's a sea of angry, enraged cats, and they're going to just rip the fur off of the ginger one. And so that's what God says. America, your end is going to be like a cornered animal, going down, desperate and fighting for its life, like cats in an alley that have cornered one cat, and they're going to attack it from every side. That's the kind of ending you will have. And then God says they'll be staggering in the street, trying to fight back, and they won't be able to meet the might of the Russian army, and the Chinese will also surround them as the country goes out with a whimper and not a bang. Going out with a whimper and not a bang is a euphemism that says that you think from the way that somebody talks, right? From the bravado, from the we believe in international cooperation, but we will answer aggression, and we will answer the question, and we will answer all the test scores. We'll answer when you call. All that talk makes you think that somebody's going to get out there and say it with his chest. But then what happens is I saw a scene exactly like 9/11. Okay. So I saw dust rising up. I saw dust rising up either from an explosion or a building collapse of some kind. And a firefighter was in the process of dying. He was still on his feet. It was a firefighter and it was a policeman, okay? Policeman in blue, probably New York City, but also a firefighter who either had taken off his helmet or he had lost his helmet. The firefighter was in the process of dying. Something had happened and hurt the man at his back. I couldn't see his back, but because of the way he was staggering and the blood coming out, I knew that man is dying. But the policeman was just dazed. Either something had blown up, something really big had blown up, an explosion, something. The policeman was dazed, and both of them was covered in the same kind of dust that came from 9/11. Massive explosion or an attack, an aerial raid. Something had happened. The firefighter had been hit by it and he was dying. The policeman was dazed and had no idea. His ears were ringing. He was experiencing that shock. You know, in the movie when it's like, and the sound is distorted, that's what he was experiencing. And both men were kind of drunken and weaving because of the impact. And God was showing me, this is how Russia's going to hit America so hard that they will be as if they are drunk. And who's going to be providing ground support, air support, camel support, underground support, coming out of the sea support? It's China. I told you that China is going to be like a large crab. I saw a large red crab run up on America. This vision is years old. And the crab squeezed America from both sides, East Coast, West Coast. And America began to send out pain signals, little lightning bolts. This is the pain signals to show that the nation was in pain. And that crab was squeezing with massive pincers. And so whatever Russia is planning, whatever Russia is organizing, China is there like, listen, we got you on manpower. You just draw up the blueprint and our boys will execute.
En tous les cas, c'était important pour me venir partager bout de vidéo ça ensemble avec nous. N'a continuer remercier toute belle team de ZTV qui toujours là pour supporter travail ça, qui toujours là pour bailler love, qui toujours là pour partager vidéo mais à chaque fois moi poster. Team de ZTV moi au big up pour nous, moi aimer nous en pile et nous même tout qui pas la peine tomber sur plateforme ça qui c'est ZTV, n'a pas invite venir une belle team ça, qui c'est belle team de ZTV parce que nous parler de tout ça qui fait actualité. Abonnez à page là, follow page là pour nous toujours au courant de tout ça qui passe. Team de ZTV moi au bisou pour nous.